Okie dokie. And now for indicator 11. So this is the one dealing with the learning. So if they're talking about students learning at all in indicator 10, it does not belong there. It belongs here in indicator 11. So this is a different example. Let's see, 15 students, first grade, iPad station and individual iPads. Difference between needs and wants. Do you think that's a learning standard? Like, do you think they're actually supposed to learn that, or do you, I'm very confused. At the same time, they're practicing spelling. Okay, so maybe there's an actual content standard in here. Needs and wants Kahoot. Kahoot is an app that modifies the way in which paper is assessed. Oh, in which a paper assessment is graded. Provides 2 to 4 answer choices to a specific questions and allows students and teachers to have immediate feedback as the kids feel like they are just playing a game. Alrighty, let's take a look at this. This is the one where we're asking them to plot it along with SAMR. You should evaluate the integration of technology according to the SAMR. Alright. Okay. Alright, so what she's included at the modification level is that there's immediate feedback for students and teachers. That is definitely new and unique to the integration of technology. Alright, fine. I'm going to go back now. Let's see what she says. The use of technology modifies or extends students' learning beyond what would have been possible without technology. Okay, same idea here. So from novice to role model, at novice there is some technology, but it's just replacing other forms of instruction. It is not really providing any learning benefits outside of what would have been possible with their traditional sort of analog alternative. Okay, let me keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Oh, what is she saying? She's saying modification. So she's saying, and if you look at this, it's kind of like SAMR. Modification is here. I agree with you 100% here. So actually, what she had in her evidence document was talking about immediate feedback, and then she chose not to put that here. Having control over font, color, and all that kind of stuff, that is not impacting the learning in any way, shape, or form. That does make it maybe more fun, maybe more interesting, but in terms of thinking about the students' learning outcomes, I'm not sure that these choices are really going to be impacting their learning in any way. Good. Interviewing the yes. Therefore, the evidence supports a gaining skill claim. So don't tell her this. Don't tell her what you think the evidence should, her evidence should support. Ask her to go back and reconsider her use of evidence, because again, her collecting evidence document did have something that might impact the learning. I think the thing you got to pull her into here is really thinking about the learning. These fun choices, and people in our generation. Well, I don't know how old you are, but I'm gonna lump you into my generation. We grew up with this thing called curls. The font in like Microsoft Word. We used to type and then we would turn it into curls, and we thought that was super cute. Or even Comic Sans. Was that fun? Yeah, it was fun. But did it augment our learning or change the quality of our product in any way? No. So I think your feedback here needs to go back to that student learning piece. Maybe even ask her, what was it that students were supposed to be learning? If it's true that they were supposed to be learning the difference between a need and a want, then your evidence needs to explain and support how the use of Kahoot enhanced their ability to learn the difference between a need and a want. And in that case, if she can create that argument that because the feedback was immediately available, it really helped them to practice and therefore learn better the difference, then I would buy it. But this use of an example here, no, you're correct. That's not a good use. Okay. See, this is actually better feedback. This is a better example. Since the game provides the right answer after each question with a bar graph and on each iPad. Another problem I'm having with this is the whole need want thing is pretty subjective. Something that I want might be a need to someone else. So it's really interesting. Okay. Yep, that's true. This is true. Let me go back to this for a second. I think what she should be saying, she should be talking about the variety of misconceptions that might be able to be revealed due to the individualized use of technology. She didn't really talk about like every student has an iPad, and every student is getting the opportunity to work through their own misconceptions. Whereas it might be tempting if we were just doing this call and response. It might be tempting to do small groups or whole group only. Okay, here's our suggestion for improvement. Yeah, I think what you've said here is absolutely fine. You might, since she's going to have to be resubmitting it, you might give her a little bit more to think about. Do keep in mind when you come back and revise this, do keep in mind that what's really important here is that the use of technology enhances the ability for students to master their learning outcomes. So make sure that your suggestion is aligned to that. Okay. Yep, everything else is fine. So next steps for us, you are done here. You're done with your samples. So I will get with Kyle about assigning you the one student to work with, with my support. So we'll kind of get that rolling, and then we'll follow up as soon as we find somebody to assign to you, and we'll work together on that. Good job.